Good morning. Happy Tuesday. My name is Maria DeStore, and I go LinkedIn Live every Tuesday to help you get your career off of autopilot and get on your way to monetizing your brilliance. Today, I want to talk about midlife career awakenings, midlife transitions, second half, second acts. Maybe it's your third, fourth, fifth act in your career. Some of you are here because there was a natural transition in your life. Empty nesting, maybe your caregiving duties ended, divorce, returning after a sabbatical, or maybe an illness. You know that you need to transition and figure out what's next. Some others might be here because you were forced to. I've worked with several people who were laid off after 20 years at the same job. Maybe you were fleeing a toxic situation. Maybe you were in a contract job. Maybe you were just fleeing the status quo. You were gliding around along in your career, but you're ready to do something different. But for a second, I want to take a sidebar and talk about the people who might not be aware that they are in dire need of a midlife career awakening. Here are some signs that you might be experiencing. Sunday scaries, you just dread the work week. When you're there, you do your job, but you do the bare minimum. You don't raise your hand. You don't really go out of your way to do extra. Maybe you're someone who's lost your voice in the workplace. After years and years of not being listened to, your ideas being shot down, you just lost your voice. Are you at work and constantly judging everyone around you? Just this like simmering aggression that you just have to keep tapped down every day. Have you gone years in your job without any significant raise or promotion? And then let's talk about the general failure to thrive in life. Our work, our careers are a big piece of what's going on in our lives. And if we're feeling just meh, are we just existing? Maybe we get sick a lot. You're not eating right. You're not moving enough. All of these things. It's time to shake it up. I want to share a little story about a woman named Suzanne. She thought that she was doing the right thing. She went and found a nice, stable job working for a school district, and it was great. And she was able to shine and she was appreciated. But then, around certain periods where it was time for back to school or registrations or report cards, suddenly she was working 10-hour days. But the mission just spoke to her. She knew she was doing good, and it's okay because it's just temporary. Then the years went by and the workload just increased and increased until COVID came. And suddenly those 10-hour days were every day because there was such a pressure to get these online education systems up, to figure it out, get these kids educated. And then the 10-hour days became going home and working till 2 or 3 in the morning. This went on for years. The abuse, it just can sneak up on you sometime. In your case, might not be as extreme. It might be just checking emails after hours, attending meetings when you're on vacation. All of these things, take a look at your current situation. Is it time for you to put up a boundary and do what's good for you? Part of getting to the point where part of this is getting to the point where you see the need for a next thing. And then the next part is understanding your why before you move forward. First, you must consider your life goals. And to do this, you really need to talk to the people who are alongside you for the ride. That might be your family, your spouse, your friends, any dependents, whatever your situation is. Talk about what a day in the life is going to look like a year from now, 5 years from now, because those factors are going to influence what your next career move is. Where do you want to live? What big expenses do you have coming up? Do you have to spend for weddings, vacations, college? Where do you want to live? All of these things. Talk to the people in your life and then reassess your career goals. What do you want to do? Are you ready to do a job that's aligned with your passions and is more of an encore job? You really don't need tons of money, but you just need the benefits. Are you ready to build your side hustles and build that passive income streams that will be the bridge to your retirement? Are you still climbing the ladder? Are you wanting it? That next promotion, that next big thing? Do you want to land in the C-suite? Do you want to create your $1 million empire? Whatever it is. But you cannot figure out your career goals until you know your life goals, because we are not on this planet to work. We are on this planet to live. And part of our rich life is considering all of the pieces. And if you're not sure what your next to do is, how you want to show up, what you want to do, get out and make your world bigger. Talk to different people, consume different media, podcasts, newspapers, movies, whatever, documentaries. Sign up for a course. Go to networking events. The more you get out and open your mind and see the world, the more clear you're going to be on what you might want to do in that world. If you are ready to embark on your next career pivot, but you're not sure how. Maybe you've put your feet in, you've tried a few things here or there, but you always end up right back where you are. This time is going to be different, because you're going to tune in next week when I go LinkedIn Live, when we talk about how you can break free of the status quo and go after that dreams. We've all stopped, and you get excited, but then when you hit roadblocks or hard days, you revert right back to what's safe in the old patterns. Not this time. I'm going to talk to you about how we can build the support structures, rewire your brain. Yes, because let's face it, 90% of this is in your brain. How can you start becoming this person today to facilitate where you're going? Tune in next week. I'll see you then. Have a great week. And if you want to connect with me before then, click the link in my profile, or I'll put the link in the chat. We can get on the phone and talk about your specific career transformation. Thanks for joining me. See you next week.